Today I wanted to, number one, I wanted to try and do a different kind of video. I was taking a walk and I was thinking about something in philosophy, and I just kind of wanted to share what I was thinking about. This is going to be a different video. I'm not going to be, I don't know if you can tell, but I have not brought my whiteboard with me, so I will not be able to write on it. So what I was thinking about was one thing that I don't think people kind of innately get about philosophic debate is why it happens. Like, there's this old debate, it's been dead hundreds of years, but there's this debate for like a millennium and a half about whether using the senses to understand the world versus using reason to understand the world was more important. There was a debate on if empiricism, which is the idea that perceiving the world is the best way of understanding it, and then there's a debate of whether that was better than rationalism, which is using thought and using reason to try and understand the world. So, it's like a lot of people hear that now and they think, well, why don't you have a healthy mix of both? And while ultimately, yeah, that's what ended up happening, the whole reason why people held on to that debate for so long wasn't that they thought that you should only think about things to understand the world, or that you should only see things to understand the world. It was that they were trying to understand which one was superior. They were trying to understand who had a more uniquely strong claim, who was closer to the truth than that. And I think that does kind of go for anything within religion or science or what be you. You have within science, or you have within religion, people debating things going out for religion, theology. You'll have people debate these things about, how does God work? Is there or is there not free will in the context of, Christianity? In the context of God knowing everything, is there free will? That sort of thing. And people will often say that that's very unimportant and that practicing Christianity is more important. While I would agree, I think you're kind of missing the forest for the trees. You're seeing the debate, but you're not seeing the reason for it, right? Which is understandable. I mean, most people, I feel have kind of an instinct to look at these things and think, okay, what does this have to do with the world? What does it have to do with life? When what it has to do with, what importance it has is that whenever people talk about this, they're trying to have the way that they view the world, or have the information that they use to make decisions about how we should act in our daily lives, or in a broader political or social context. They're trying to get closer to the truth so that they don't make decisions that are based off of something false, right? And so, well, I definitely agree. Philosophic, scientific, or religious debate, in whatever form, can be a real snoozer, and it can go nowhere. But ultimately, I don't think that people should view that conflict as being unhealthy. I don't think that people should view that conflict as being counterproductive, because in reality, going back to what I was saying about free will and Christianity, I think that it's important to realize that people have certain like innate biases for why they believe things, and then they have certain information that leads them to think in these certain ways, right? So, you know, if I grew up hearing all the evidence for, you know, there being no free will, and I just kind of have an innate bias to, you know, think of people or think of how people were led to these decisions more than I do how they decided to get to these decisions, I'm not going to believe in free will. But, you know, there could be somebody that I know, someone that I even know very personally, that has the opposite bias. They have the opposite bias, and they have the opposite evidence to me to support that free will does in fact exist. So it's, I think, important for, you know, all of us to realize that the conflict that emerges from disagreement is ultimately healthy. It's ultimately something that people should engage in with a sober conscience. I do want to say that. Some people are better at debate than others. I have no formal experience in debate. I don't think I do particularly well. I don't lose my temper. I can say that much, but I don't think I really do a great job of, you know, completely making my case clear if I'm not just explaining something. So, but, you know, I just wanted to kind of get across the importance of conflict. It's like to a certain degree. You know, I want to get across the importance of there being healthy conflict or there being like healthy disagreement. All right, that's all. Bye, all.